What's up, Extra Butter listeners? On today's episode, we have moved into episode 3 of the Butter Boys Director Choice series. Moving on to Bong Joon-ho, selected by yours truly. Movie we landed on was Snowpiercer, a 2013 action sci-fi where the setting gets talked about quite a bit. Some would say we might be limited to a box. Setting talked about a lot, but an awesome movie. Something that I know three of us had not seen. I had already seen, but only a three-man pod tonight. So excited to jump into episode 3 there and stick around to the back end to see which Mel Brooks movie we get from Geese to wrap things up here for the Director Choice series. The actual final football update of the year is the Seahawks have won the Super Bowl. Talk a little bit about the game, takeaways, get into some other sports, talk even LeBron and KD, get a little NBA action. We don't know where we're going to go pre-pod anymore. Pre-movie without football to talk about, so should get some interesting topics moving forward. We've got some gears to grind, some Oscars to give, as always. 4 different movies in theaters now that you guys could go out and see that we will talk a little bit about each one of them to try to gauge some interest. Guys, we want you to go out in theaters, watch some movies, watch them with us at home when we're doing these podcasts, but anything we talk about, we will promise to tell you if it is not worth going to see in theaters, but a lot of them that we talk about today might be. So if it's up your alley, go and see it. And make sure to go drop us a follow on Instagram and X. The Everything Happens on X, and catch every episode moving forward again on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. We love to hear from you. We don't hear from you enough. We'll keep trying to generate that interest there. So excited for another episode, guys. Snowpiercer. Without further ado, Geese, roll the tape.
Extra butter on the corn for me. Extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee, but it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.
This is episode 43. And the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions, recording a little bit later than normal this week. 3-man show. Not much to say. Kind of a dominant performance. Felt like the world was on Seattle. Seattle won. Felt like Seattle was probably one of the best teams in the league all year. Could have gotten put by somebody, but when the world is on one side, you want to bet the other, so I did. But I mean, it's kind of
dude. That defense was smoking anybody.
The defenses of the last.
They definitely looked better because they were playing the Patriots, and from what I understand is that they were pretty banged up outside of the schedule shit. But like their left tackle blew his knee out. I didn't know about that, and this is his playoffs were his first game back, so he came back from injury at the end of the season for playoffs and just wasn't 100%, so he was getting blown the fuck up.
He was bad. He was so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a rookie, poor guy. Like, I was watching that, and my brother, obviously being a Pats fan, I'm like, dude, he is in trouble, and there's no one's coming to save him. You're on the big stage.
You're on an island out there.
Bull rush over and over and over again.
And like Seattle schemes had their D end way out there, so it's like you're just putting them on an island to get wasted.
Yeah, they knew where the weak link was there. They couldn't run the ball very well. Yeah, that defense was good all year, and I mean the Patriots defense was good too, and it really was.
They hung around for as long as they could. I mean, after the second half, and the Patriots did the exact same thing they did the first half. Writing was on the wall, but defense gave them a shot for sure. I forget that. I think it's the safety or the cornerback for the Patriots, like prevented 3 touchdowns just by himself.
Christian Gonzalez, he looked good.
Yeah, that dude had an amazing game.
Yeah, he's a good player. But I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. Not a great game. I mean, I think it was better longer than like last year's game was over pretty quick. It was a better game for longer, but there's something about it being nice when the team who was the best team in the NFL does win the Super Bowl. And I think Seattle was the best team in the NFL this year.
It's just when you get a stinker game like that, like that's tough. Like it was definitely defensive oriented for like the first half.
Yeah.
And those games, they suck to watch. I mean, they're exciting from a football fan standpoint, but like I want points on the board.
Yeah,
which is an inherent problem, I guess, because defense is always getting shafted by the rules and everything. So you give them their moment. It just sucked. It was in the Super Bowl.
The Patriots were going to need takeaways to make that work out, and I don't think they got it. I don't remember if they got any.
No. Seattle 0 turnovers the entire playoff run.
Yeah, I mean,
which is crazy because I think Darnold did he have the most turnovers in the regular season?
I don't know. I mean, everybody kind of
with so many snaps. There's a stipulation to it, or no? I think he had like 20.
And I think everybody Darnold is good. I liked him in college. Obviously, the start of his career was not very good. He's good for him to come into his own now.
Oh yeah,
but I think everybody was kind of just waiting for that game, and he just didn't have it. He was good. And like you said, without Gonzalez, it would have probably been worse. Because he made some help, like crazy plays.
What was it? The first quarter? Was it the first quarter? He just that diving leap across the middle. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. He played a hell of a game. I mean, again, I think with how well they kept it close for as long as they could, like you said. I mean, that's the best way to put it. And it wasn't like 29-14 or something like that, whatever it was. Patriots got the most of their offense going when they were kind of getting thumped a little bit.
Well, all the 3 and outs, and they
20 turnovers. Sam Darnold leads the league or leads quarterbacks with 20 turnovers.
Yeah, put it on the books, baby. Put it on the books. I'll be the only one.
That was a good stat. We're usually just swinging and missing on those. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of takeaways other than the team that should have won, and it wasn't particularly ever really worrisome for. Like if I was a Pats fan, I was talking to my brother most of the game. He was never really in a positive. Like it was never like this is the drive.
After like 3 and outs, you got to be fuck, man.
Yeah, like the writing's
That's
on the
not
wall.
Good. Yeah,
we don't have a fucking prayer here.
Was it 12-0 going into halftime, or was it 9?
I don't know. It was not. It wasn't anything memorable.
Yeah. But like just for them to hold them to 3 to 4 field goals with how much time of possession that Seattle actually had, like that's a stellar performance by the defense, man. But offense defense, man, 50-50. You gotta have a.
I saw a stat on this, and I'm not gonna pull it out of my ass because I don't remember it to a T, but I think there was something about Kenneth Walker winning the MVP without scoring a touchdown as an offensive player, which hasn't happened very often.
Oh, I know that he did that. Is that a record?
I don't know. He might be the first. I don't know, but I saw something about it. Like he's either one of few or like it's been a while, but it doesn't happen very often where a guy who doesn't score on offense.
Well, he deserved it. That dude started really cooking, man.
He just runs like a man on fire.
Almost had one.
He did almost have one.
Holding call, yep.
He runs like his head is on fire, dude. He's so fun to watch.
And they've got this John Bell-esque to him. Kind of like sits there behind the line and then hits it.
I feel like he's been in the league forever, though.
No, he's not that old.
I think he's still in his rookie deal.
He's definitely he's not that old.
Has he always been with the Seahawks? Or was he?
Yeah, they drafted
Really?
him.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that play, like 2 or 3 years ago, he caught a flat, or maybe he was on a stretch run outside and hit a corner, and like his top of his helmet was like on the ground. Like I think he was like backwards, or he was forwards. Then his whole body was up over the corner, and he did like a front flip, landed on his feet, and got up and kept going. Like it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But he's like he's one of my favorite, and I don't know if I already said this last week, but one of my favorite. I love the running back position. Outside of Philly, one of my favorite guys to watch.
Unrestricted free agent.
I mean,
this year, yep.
Well, how old is he?
It's going to be hard.
27? Does it say?
Have that number. No,
I would guess
he's 25 years old.
Yeah, so
there's no better way to feel old than the star sports players that you watch are younger than you are.
Yeah,
younger than you.
And they look older than you, dude. These guys look like they're 35, peak condition, and I'm over here like, dude, 5 years older than this guy.
Yeah, that was whenever the Eagles quarterback became younger than me is when I was like, well, cheering for younger guys the rest of my life here, you know. But yeah, it is weird when you get those star players like that. I mean, even like
Brock Purdy.
I think it's even more wild to think about guys who are our age, like the exact same age.
Retiring.
And they're almost done. Yeah, exactly. They're almost done with their careers. Like, that's insane.
Like, I'm just thinking of Shohei for a second. He might be younger than us, but he's got to be close.
And then you got LeBron. What is he, 43?
So
yeah,
Shohei's
right
essentially
there.
our age. He's right around there.
Yeah.
Well,
he is my age.
Yeah. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, then you got guys like Bron who still getting it done.
And he's, like, to understand athletes' career, like, average age, and then to have LeBron still doing it, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, guys, that's basketball.
The guys who get, like, I'm obviously a KD guy, and he's old too. Like, for
have you seen his new commercial?
The one you sent today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't seen it before that.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Crit?
No, I haven't. Hardly looked at my
So, if you recall, Katie got abused about his dry ankles.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember the term for that. Ashy. Yeah, like they look white. They were so dry. Sarah V got him on a commercial, and he's the new like leg guy. I forget the term, but he's rubbing lotion on his leg, and then it just keeps going.
He's a tall motherfucker.
And he's like spin the CeraVe on his finger, but it's a classic like 2006 like dumb commercial.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
I remember the last note on him, but when I lived in Minnesota and we went to a T-Wolves game just because the Thunder were in town back when he was in OKC, and like getting there pretty early to go down near the court for warm-ups, and like seeing that guy in person at that close, he's doing like back lunges and like putting his arms up, and he's just like still double my height with his arms in there. It's like, this guy is huge, bro. The longest dude ever. But yeah, anyway, I mean, shout out Seattle. We got a long road ahead of us to the best time of the year again when football season comes back around. But at least we get, you get your mock draft lists out, you get your combine stats, you get the wish list of players you want. Trades could happen. NFL finds a way to stay relevant, but we're on to the season of 2026, 2027. Gears to grind for me. I got one that happened today. Leaving the gym, get a text from my wife that says, game night, February 21st at Geese and Lexi's place. And I immediately just said no. And I'll take you down memory lane here for a second. Once upon a time, there was an idea that conceived between our significant others of alternating dinner nights on Sundays. This is a while ago. And Geese, rightfully so, as I would have done the same, he's like, we're doing it here first because this is not going to pan out. Like, we're not going to do it. We went over that Sunday and we had dinner at their place. Never did it again. Never alternated. That was a one and done extravaganza. So I get that text today about game night their place. I'm like, absolutely not. Because I did not forget that the reason why we went to your house was you pulled the same shit. So my gear to grind is me. There are people expecting me to go there for a game night, even though you've been here before, like, within that time frame for other events.
It's a different.
It's not happening.
I'm curious what was for dinner at Geese's house. Was it Big Macs?
Tonight?
Salmon.
McDonald's?
I think it was salmon.
No.
Yeah, no, it was salmon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's salmon. It's like
Technically,
a nice
Thanksgiving.
And did Thanksgiving. I like smoking the turkey. That's fun.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct, though.
Okay. I was going to say, because we also have certain events we do at each other's places. Thanksgiving's there. A lot of times Super Bowl's here. We didn't do anything for the Super Bowl.
Good reason, too. I knew it. I texted Brendan right before the game. I was like, I got a feeling this is going to be a stinker.
Yeah.
And it was.
So that was my gear.
Completely agree with you. It should be at your place. I will concede on that one.
Okay.
The foresight of this guy, though, I knew it. I was like, I knew it.
And that was a while ago, and as soon as I saw that text,
completely forgot about that.
She says their place. I immediately went right back to that thought. I'm like, nope, not their place. She's like, it's fine. I'm like, no, it isn't. It's the principle. I'm like, I know it's fine. It's the principle of why he decided their place the first time, which I totally agree with at the time. Now we're gonna run that back. Now you definitely have more games at your place than we do, but they can.
Yeah, but how many of you? Yeah, exactly. You put them in the car. Game. How many are you gonna play?
Yeah,
yeah. I got like 2 stacks of drawers down there full of games. Never touch them.
Yeah, true. It'll be a road game.
I think it was like a week ago. We lost power. We got out the cards. Classic. Started teaching Lexi about gin rummy. Didn't beat me in a game. I haven't touched any.
Left out a couple tips.
Oh yeah. She was trying to go like ace through 10. I was like, go for it. That will never happen.
I don't know how to play that,
but
I've been a part of those card games where you tell them the base of the rules, but it's going to take you a few to figure it out. We're going to whoop you until you figure it out.
Beat your ass. Okay.
But yeah, dude, we have so many games on there. We'll grab 3 of them and head over. No problem.
Yep. All right. That went well.
My gear to grind is Google, so Gmail. Its search function is absolute ass. Outlook has it beat in every way. In terms of organizing, finding things that are relevant, keywords, whatever. My email is set up for the HOA. When I try to find something, man, it pulls up the most random crap that is irrelevant to what I am looking for. And some of it is important that happened 6 months ago. I type in the keywords, exactly what I labeled the email, doesn't even pop up. It's awful. I hate it.
I don't use it as much because my work is through Outlook now. So, and I agree, Outlook is pretty lights out when you're trying to find an email. But I don't use, because my personal Gmail is just so flooded with bullshit now.
Right.
And I don't click through them. I don't delete it. I don't use it that often. But I have been frustrated in Outlook before when I can't find something. So if it is that much worse, then I would be.
Maybe I'm using it wrong. Maybe it's user error, but it shouldn't be, because it's so easy to get that right, and I can never find what I'm looking for. It's so frustrating.
I noticed that, just on a side note, I noticed that with my iPhone now, the search function has gotten significantly worse.
Yeah. Google has gotten worse, man. It just pulls up a bunch of freaking ads and AI and promoted BS. You got to go to page 6 to get to something you're looking for.
And the AI is not right half the time.
Yeah.
It just pulls the most.
I don't even use Apple AI. I tried it like once. It's like, yikes.
I've never used Apple, but I'm saying like you Google search something, people will just take that AI, which we've done and joked about on the pod.
Yeah.
But like people will take that and just run with it no matter what.
Yeah, no. I rely on that a lot in terms of if I Google something, I'm probably taking that answer. But I'm not gonna like adhere to that to like this like till I die. Like it's just a quick reference. If it's wrong, like I'll go find out if it's wrong or not.
Right.
But it's pointless. It's pointless information most of the time.
A lot of times when you Google search something too, it's a pretty black and white answer that you're looking for. So that you can trust to some extent you probably got what you're looking for. But like AI in general, you know, running through even football season, running through scenarios with ChatGPT, trying to get like some kind of statistical analysis on touchdowns. And it's just feeding you guys that aren't on that team anymore. And it's like that just shows you immediately that you can't just trust these things 100% every time.
It's getting so much better though.
Like,
that's what's scary is when it gets to its peak, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be...
Oh, in terms of like imaging and everything, but like, it'll be even better at getting the correct information.
Right.
Hopefully. That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
But it'll probably just people stop developing it for the money or the cost, and then it'll just stay in just like, you know, just shitty levels of information because it's easy.
At the end of the day, humans still write these articles that it's searching through too.
Yeah. And like, if you know how to use it, it's an unbelievable tool. But like,
it is a very good tool
to take everything it does without, I mean, just at face value every time.
I mean,
like,
there's people out there having like relationships with this thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like come on.
No, dude, there's a streamer, I think Jinxie, like has a girlfriend that he calls and it's just an AI voice and they have full blown conversations and that's crazy. You can tell it's AI, but still it's like things they're saying, like, Jesus. Get a little dirty on there. But no, it's a good gear. We got a little sidetracked on that one. I think technology can always be taken down a peg. Needs to.
Yeah.
We need to put it in its place sometimes. Wouldn't be able to survive without it, but you could. But there's people that do.
Now that's a movie. Take away everyone's technology and like post-apocalyptic scenario and just see what like just an absolute chaos.
Yeah, they've definitely gone more on the side of technology's taken over as opposed to just wiping it completely.
Yeah. Whatever director listens to this, you can have that idea for free.
That one's on the house. He's going to be like, that movie sounds like shit.
Someone ends up watching it, and it's like a multi-billion-dollar movie. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, right. 0 credit. You got that one on the house. The next one's not free. Crit, you could probably talk for eons about Gears to Grind. It feels like you've been a little bit tied up, but you got anything specific that you'd like to touch on here?
Just be nice to your IT. That's all I gotta say.
Always be nice to your IT. Underrated job, man.
Yeah.
Well, I am solo dolo down here, so I can only be in so many places at one time. Actually, just one place at once. But I don't know. Just if you're rude, personally, you're rude to me. Okay, well, when I get shit working, guess who's going to be the last one working? Yeah. That's just kind of sums up my week. Is just, you want to be rude, cuss at me, whatever. Okay, well, everybody else is going to be working and you're going to be the last one working probably. But yeah, that's my gear to grind, I guess.
Well, and at the same time, like, you don't think the people that don't think like you also want the problems to go away. Like, I don't want
Trust
it to
me.
work either. Like, if I didn't have to have this conversation, it would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude,
if I didn't have to be here on a Saturday.
The moment you have to inconvenience yourself to try and figure out a computer problem without IT, you realize how important IT is. And honestly, kind of testament to how many people shouldn't be operating a computer that are allowed to because of IT is probably underrepresented.
And that's the other thing that, like, if you have these like bigger problems that affect more people than not, and then you have to go to these computers and touch each one that's affected, then you're like, oh my god, what are you saving here? Like, why are you
I bet that
like passwords just plastered on the desk.
Is it a little bit fun doing it, Crit?
Shit.
Like,
oh yeah,
just...
it gives me a chuckle, but at the same time, it gives me nightmares.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here, dude?
The passwords just plastered over the desk is always great. Just the amount of the access somebody could get just dumbing their way into somebody's office space.
There's the thing. If you're out there listening, do not save passwords on Google.
Ooh.
Yeah,
all I need is one single password, and that is your computer password. Once I get that, I can unlock everything.
It, can't you?
What's that?
Like passkey?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably ways around it, but like the general person that's just like logging into their computer, opening up Chrome, not signing into anything, but saving passwords. I think even if you are signed into a Google account, all I need is your computer password to get all of your passwords and exported and gone. So use a password.
What would you recommend? What would you recommend?
Let's say
I use Apple's password app.
Let's say there's two people in here that might have passwords on Google. How would you coordinate them to figure out a better way to do it?
At work, we use an app called Password Boss. There's all sorts of password managers out there.
Password Boss. You know, an engineer came up with that one.
Yeah, Password Boss. LastPass is another one, but I'm pretty sure they got hacked like when I first got into IT. So
yeah, but like,
but
who doesn't
there's
get hacked
extensions
anymore,
in
man?
Chrome. Yeah, there's extensions in Chrome to where it will still essentially autofill your passwords if that's what you're looking for.
That, I mean, because I use this recommend strong password from Google.
Yeah, but then all I need is your computer password, and I just
exactly. But if I don't have the autofill, I'm resetting that to a very basic one
for security purposes for these two.
Yeah.
The amount of times I forget my password because I don't save it anywhere, and then I have to reset it all the time. If my phone,
your RuneScape account, mostly.
No, that one's actually the most difficult one to get back. They do a good job.
I just remember you dealing with that, which is...
I had to go through a lot to get that one back because I didn't have access to the email it was under. The security questions were like too old. I don't even know. It was a hassle. But I think the fact that my payment information account was logged to it, they could get it back to me.
Yeah, I think they're going to passkeys now, like Geese was saying.
Yeah.
Just no password. It's just tied to your phone, probably.
Well, my passkey. Oh yeah, they do have like
a thumb.
They have the authenticator apps, but recently it's like when I go to like type in a password, I can type in the computer password and then it'll autofill it.
Yeah. Yeah, my phone is. It's like your phone if you go to an app and it's like ask your passkey to autofill the password. But again, if someone gets your passkey, then they got every password on your phone too. So
yeah, if someone gets your face, they can just use it for Face ID, man. It's crazy.
I had one time, side story, my Amazon Prime account, I noticed, I never used it, like ever, outside of like Twitch Prime and stuff like that. I didn't order things. I don't know, this is probably last year. I went into my Prime and saw like the most recent orders were like lotions and like some woman in Georgia was using my Prime account to buy...
State or the country?
The state.
Okay.
I found her on LinkedIn. I went and saw her name, went and found her. Well,
you should have blasted her on LinkedIn, dude.
Yeah, well, I noticed she wasn't charging me. She was buying it, but using Prime for free. So it was like not a big scumbag move. I don't know how she got it. Yeah, but
she just hacked the account because it hadn't signed up for Prime yet.
So I have the authenticator on Amazon Prime now because then if anybody tries to log in, I'll know. But I just happened to see that it was a couple orders, nothing crazy. But I was like, I've never ordered maybe one item off of Amazon, and then I looked and I'm like, I found him, went straight.
Imagine if your wife found that first, like, what's this?
Who's this? I went straight to LinkedIn. I don't know why that was the spot, but
wait, honestly, I think like LinkedIn has taken over Facebook for finding people online.
It's easy to find people on LinkedIn.
Yeah, you just type their name in and LinkedIn pops up. Got it.
Yeah,
find out anything about that person through their LinkedIn account.
LinkedIn is for some reason like the go-to search. If it's a random person, I'm going to LinkedIn.
The problem is if you click on it, it'll show them you viewed their profile. So you
don't care.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
I used to care. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I don't care. And you have to pay
taking a peek.
You have to pay for premium to see that anyway. Like you can see if you're a connection with them, but if you're not connected with them, you can't. You can just see like their job. Like a person from this company has viewed your profile. So
I've always wondered because they blur the image, but I've always wondered, is it their image they're blurring? So if I went to their company website, could I scroll down and find the most similar to that blurred image?
You probably could, but it's pretty blurred. And I don't care.
I guess it depends on the photo. And neither do I. Don't. Yeah. My picture from there is from like 2018. I had never changed it.
Mine's old as well.
I look 20 pounds lighter in that thing, man. It's crazy.
It's inspiring.
I kind of want to keep it so that anyone that looks me up online and then meets me in person, oh, Jesus.
I really let himself go. No, good ones. My Oscar, we talked about a pre-pod. Getting into PC gaming and Xbox gaming at the same time. Shout out Big Trav. Getting a new desk, flipping the whole room, everything. The office man cave has been just torn to the ground because the new desk comes in on Thursday. We had to get a pull out. We had to get something for a second bedroom. So it sucks. We had just literally gotten most of it put together, and now we're flipping the whole room. But having a spot to have the Xbox and the computer, have room for 2 monitors with the other shit I have. I think we're just committing to an Eagles room. It's gonna just all birds. Really all bird stuff. But like
it's your man cave,
yeah.
But spare bedroom. That's how mine is.
Yeah, but like so into the lights. Like, I have the strip light on this desk, and then the one we got is essentially a bigger version of this. So it's like an L desk, but it's got the strip lights still. The PC's got the RGB, the keyboard does. Like
you're gonna be lit up, brother. It's gonna be electric.
Give me all the lights. All the lights.
Playing in the dark is way more entertaining.
Well, this is the first time I think we've recorded since we moved where I have the big light on in here because I typically have a lamp, strip lights, eagle light, another light over there, the neon sign behind me.
Yeah.
But all that has been taken down, so now I have to put this light on.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, so when I get the bigger desk and I'm able to put it all back up, I'll have even more lights. And I can't wait. Give me all the lights.
I got some Govee lights on my desk. They're just light bars, but I can customize the shit out of them. All from the phone. And then I can tell Google, hey, turn off my office if I forget. And I'm halfway across the apartment.
That's nice. Yeah, I don't think it'll have a remote, but not customizable to the extent. Geese, don't you have a light that you have phone access to in your room? Or it just has different settings? Don't you have a strip light in your bedroom that's like, you can do like 4th of July, Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Is that remote or is that on your phone?
That's a remote.
Okay.
But the frequency is the same as the TV remote, so I could change it with the TV remote. Anytime, volume up, volume down, lights flicker.
That's pretty funny. That's kind of a pain in the ass too. But
I mean, you just hit it twice and it goes off. You get used to it.
the first time you do it, you're probably like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And then I'm trying to like find out which controls change to what color of light, so I can it's like
True.
it has to have a setting in here. But the worst is when you hit it and it's the flashing one. And it's like 12 a.m. Like,
strobe
yeah.
That is tough.
You just got to angle it a little different for it to not to go off, but it's pretty funny.
It's a problem you figure out how to deal with.
Lights are cool. Keep them up there.
Lights are cool.
It's a minor inconvenience.
You got an Oscar?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna set me up a little bit.
You got it.
Nutter Butters.
Ooh, is that the? No, it's not the peanut cookie with the peanut, but
That's a Nutty Buddy.
Okay. Nutter Butters rock.
Is the wafer chocolate? Now I gotta look.
It is a wafer.
Because I grew up calling Nutter Butters. What are they called? I grew up calling them Nutter Butters, but the Nutter Butters are the peanut looking ones.
Yeah, Nutter Butters are the
okay.
I had it flipped. I had it flipped.
Yep.
These are called Nutty Buddy.
Yes.
And they are absolutely delicious.
So I grew
peanut
up
butter between each wafer. You got 5 wafers. I like to pick them apart and then scrape all the peanut butter off and then eat it.
Science.
And then, I don't. There's something about it. There's something about it.
I grew up on Nutty Buddies, so when you said Nutter Butters, that's why I thought it might be the peanut cookie. I am also a get the most bang for your buck and peel them apart. I don't.
It's like string cheese. You can't just eat it. You gotta peel that baby.
I don't
apart.
scrape the peanut butter off, but when you get a full clean break, when you peel it in the peanut butter, none of it comes disconnected.
And it's the perfect diamond imprint on the other side. You're like, oh,
it is the best.
Sex.
I've tried to eat them one bite, but it's like too much.
It doesn't taste the same. It's like folding a pizza versus eating the slice. They taste different. You have to take it apart.
Yep. I'm glad you're a take it apart guy. Now, the scraping the peanut butter part, can you talk to me more about that? Why do you do that?
Because when you do it correctly, the peanut butter on, like, you take it off, you get the clean break. If you do it correctly, you can get the entire peanut butter off and like in one scoop. So it's just, I don't know, it's like,
don't you eventually run into an empty wafer at the end?
Are you using your hand to scrape this off?
No, I'm just trying to. How you do it?
Do you then eat the peanut butter that you scrape off, or you just?
Yeah, no. I as I go, I eat it, but I'm just like taking my teeth and just scrape it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
worse than I thought.
I was thinking you scraped it like off to the table or the plate.
No, that's
you're scraping
weird.
like teeth.
Yeah, no,
it's not where I thought.
You're going in there and pulling that thing out.
You know, like, yeah. No, let me just.
I thought you were just taking one wafer and like sliding the other.
Yeah, so I take the peanut butter off and then I compress it onto a ball. Now I have a peanut butter ball and I eat that separately.
Yeah, it's like Laffy Tappies when we used to shake them.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just make it one big chunk of a taffy.
No, I just scrape it off as I go, and I eat. I'm holding it in my hand as I do it, and then I eat the wafer and the chocolate. It's just the process.
You don't do that every time. You don't sometimes get a bite with the peanut butter and the chocolate.
I mean, yeah, but the goal is to get the peanut butter off. But if I happen to snap it, then shit.
They can be flimsy. They can be flimsy.
It's a fragile snack.
Yeah, those things do rock. Though. I haven't had one in a while. Everybody eats those differently. How do you guys eat your nutty buddies out there that are listening to this?
Geese is violating his.
Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
We've got an assault crime on his nutty buddy bars.
So Lexi started doing Amazon grocery.
Yeah, we do that.
Which I read that they were they were gonna stop that, but apparently cheap as shit and good quality stuff, I guess. But she ordered these. I'm like, oh, what made you think of those? She's like, oh, I was just scrolling and ordered them. And then I started thinking, like, what a genius way to buy shit you don't need.
Just doom scrolling and
yeah, well, it's like, it's like people are always abusing Amazon for Amazon shopping, but like apply that to groceries. You're just buying food you never haven't had in like 5 years. Just, oh yeah,
haven't eaten 8 hours and you're just scrolling through Amazon.
I was going to
imagine being stoned doing that, man. You'd have a $300 item cart, man.
So I got the burgers, the buns, and about 8 boxes of candy. That's the grocery order here. But yeah,
5 chips, 3 dips. Oh, I think the best time to go to the grocery store is hungry.
That's actually would be argued to be the worst time.
I understand that, but you really get some good food when you're hungry going to the. You stick to the list when you're full and you go to the grocery store, but the creativity surges when you're hungry and you go to the grocery store.
That's when you get all the shit you don't need. But
and you got shit that goes bad. You're like, why did I even get that?
Thumb is bigger than the eyes, or whatever that's called. What is that term?
Eyes are bigger than your stomach.
Thank you.
I don't know what you said. I would have never been able
the opposite. I'm on opposite
stomach
day.
Bigger than the eyes.
Oh,
he was close.
Which is technically true.
That is
not wrong.
That is a fact. Crit, can you top that one? You got any Oscars?
No, I won't be able to. I wish we would have finished with the Nutty Buddies, but I guess we're still gonna bring in the tech talk because I updated our pod picture art and
oh yes, hats off
YouTube
to you.
Thumbnails that I'm going to be able to customize, and that's hats off to me. Yes, but technically, Oscar goes to Brendan's wife Chelsea for saying stop doing what you're doing and just go to ChatGPT and tell it exactly this, and so she got like a kind of like a little rough draft. I tried it. I don't think I got the pictures from you guys yet. And it was like 4 of me.
Yeah.
There was 2, and then 1 of me without a seat. And then another 1 of me with a seat. And the seats would be all out of whack. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to... She sent me exactly what she said. I went word for word with that. Threw your guys' pictures in there, and boom. We got ourselves a YouTube thumbnail that I can customize every week. Slap up the movie that we're watching, whatever. But yeah, hats off. Oscar goes to Chelsea on that one.
Yeah, whatever chat or was it Canva or whatever you ran the logo
Canva
through.
is like how I can. So I actually told ChatGPT to remove the logo, and or remove the background from the logo, and it did me one better and cleaned up everything else. And I was like, oh, while you're at it, make that popcorn look real.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't think of that earlier, because I've definitely created
It looks exactly what I wanted it to look like. And I spent hours. Like, dude, I made a stencil of a piece of popcorn that I could then make it a pen so that when I drew it, it's all little pieces of popcorn. Like, that's how I did it.
But hey,
and I had to watch YouTube.
It was popcorn.
That's right. It knew it was like fucking popcorn, baby.
We just needed the rough outline for that, and we could have plugged that thing in there a long time ago.
That's been
because I think I actually have tried to remove the background from what you made, and it just threw the whole picture out of whack. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because it's layers. Like, there's like, I think that background's probably like 12 to 15 different layers. And when you asked me to change the background, I went to do it, and I was doing all the layers and all the editing on a white background, so it all looked good. But the moment I changed it to like a red background, dude, there's white patches everywhere. I was like, dude, that is gonna take me forever to clean up. I'm not doing it.
That's like on any sports video game when you go to try to make a logo.
Mm-hmm.
I just go download one somebody else made because there's just, I mean, sometimes 100 layers in there, and it's just and there's like sub layers, and I'm like, I would never spend the time. I probably would never figure it out, but editing those to get it to the color you want also still sucks, even though the logo's already been made because you got to
The old COD gamer tags you could make.
Yeah,
and it's like all the different shapes, and you edit it, and you know, crop it to make it look like something.
It's tough.
Yeah, same thing.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's tough, but it looks great. The picture idea of getting each of us to send one,
that was a good idea.
Was also a good idea.
I think I thought of it a long time ago. I just never.
You did. We just didn't have a.
Yeah.
It was when Trav was coming out here.
Yep.
But you wanted to get
do
all
it
of us
all
together to
together,
do it.
But
yep.
We didn't actually need to do that.
That's
and
right.
We always
the IT guy doesn't even think.
See, imagine taking technology away from that, and then you're screwed.
We can take it away now. Well, then we can't do the podcast, but that's beside the point.
And it works out because we always have hats on, and he doesn't ever have a hat on.
Yeah,
I didn't even get one from Trav. I just sent it a picture of him from the podcast, and it did that.
I was wondering where you got that because I was like, he either sent it to him individually or
the funny thing
he
was
pulled
it. It put his Xbox headphones on. I was like, shit.
You should have left those in.
I did tell it to take it off, and it did marvelous.
It's
Marvelous
a little
job.
loud in the theater.
Yeah, can't handle the heat. But they look great. It is a good vision, nice little upgrade there. I immediately updated the Instagram. I don't know if I did X yet. I might not have, but I do have the photo to do it. I just need to do it.
I did. I saw like when I got in, because I haven't been on the computer since like I edited all those last. I did some edit of the rated R, so it's instead of black, it's got more of a black outline. So kind of want to try that out for size with various different color schemes. But
yeah, and that art's kind of hard because it's like the art itself is basic, right?
mm-hmm.
I just got a notification
was,
here that Brendan's recording will continue on a new track. So
I tabbed over to see if I changed my background.
Trav did it last week when
here's my freak flag.
His mic was busted. He had to hop out completely and come back in.
The recording track has eliminated my background and I can't change it.
Yep.
So here's my
the man behind the curtain.
My freak flag.
This
my
is like
last name jacket and my last name sign. And
that must be what it feels like when your AI avatar just turns off and there's a
you're in a meeting and your background just appears and you're at a bar, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we have technically 5 movies to talk about. One that we watched for the podcast, 4 that we saw in theaters. Where do you want to start?
Flip a coin. I don't care.
We can go chronological. I think it would be me and you.
I like that. Yeah, let's do that.
Am I forgetting something here? Yeah, no. You've seen 3 movies. I've seen 2.
Yeah.
We saw one of the same. First one I saw was Send Help. Rated R. If this cuts my recording again, I apologize. Starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, pretty much the only 2 people that are really that relevant in the movie. They are essentially, Rachel McAdams is an employee. Dylan O'Brien is a not so nice boss. They go on a plane crashes. These 2 are stuck on an island together. Role reversal, role switch. Dylan O'Brien's kind of banged up from the crash. Rachel McAdams is a diehard Survivor fan, a bunch of not tying books in her apartment. So it gets to the the power has shifted, and it was kind of just wild. I mean, good. There's some laughs in it. There was some very gory, snot, like vulgar type scenes. I think they play this in 3D, so I can't even imagine what
Did it
that
need
one
to be in
scene.
3D?
No, but the one scene that I was even like, oh god, like just watching it not in 3D, I can't imagine what it would have looked like in 3D. But just not overly what you expect, which was nice. Kind of a crazy movie. Really like Dylan O'Brien from. I'm a big Maze Runner fan. I believe he was the star in that when he was younger. Rachel McAdams is awesome in everything she does.
Yep.
Huh?
I said, yep.
Yeah. So it's it's kind of a wild one. I don't know how else to put it. I can't remember what I rated it, like 3 or 3.5 stars. But I mean, the ending was good. It was a little bit much, I think, for some people if you weren't expecting it at certain points in time. With some blood and the snot part, you never see that one coming. You don't even remotely think that that's about to happen, and it's just kind of drawn out when it happens. So you're just like, oh god. But pretty good. I like both of them. Can't complain. Interesting, not what I thought, which is always fun, and I wanted to see it. So, the next movie on the chronological order list would have been the Scream Unseen that Geese and I both saw.
It's always a scream unseen. You know,
Yeah,
like
Dracula, a love tale, but Dracula is what it's called on. I think when you go to the AMC, yeah, Dracula, Count Dracula. Not what I was hoping to go see. I think I maybe had seen one trailer for it. It was not what you would expect. Also in a Scream Unseen, I think we both agreed on that. But the Dracula,
but yeah, it's monster movie Dracula. The reason it's not a Scream Unseen, in my opinion, is that this take on Dracula is different from any Dracula movie I've seen. And
yeah,
honestly, super refreshing, great acting, great actors, great story for Dracula. You know what I mean? Like it's not the best movie ever. Some of the props were, little gaudy, but overall, like for the Dracula's genre, the character, very unique take, very good.
yeah. I thought Dracula's actor was unreal. I
Yeah,
thought
that dude's cool.
he did an awesome job. The priest kind of gave me like Sherlock Holmes vibes
Yep.
for a little bit. This movie
He's
starts and it's in the
he's
medieval times too, and I was just like, I thought I was in the wrong theater. I had no clue what was going on.
I had no idea what was going on. I knew it was Scream Unseen. It started in the medieval time period. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm in.
Yeah, I went in thinking it might be Psycho Killer, which is a new movie that isn't out yet, and it wasn't. And we start in the 14 or 1500s, horseback, sword and shield battles of war, and I'm just like, and typically, and maybe this is something that hasn't happened to the new year, but I know for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, they had a Screen Unseen intro to it. I'm curious if yours did on Monday, where they have the envelope come up and they say, "Welcome to Screen Unseen."
It did.
Yeah, so this one didn't have that, and usually the Scream Unseen has like the spooky background. Envelope opens, hashtag this for chance to win prizes on Instagram. So it didn't do that. First time
Yep.
I've ever had that not happen. So then we start in the medieval times, and I just was like, I have no idea what this is.
I wasn't expecting the envelope, so if I was expecting the envelope and that all happened, I'd be where am I?
That's exactly. I was so confused, and then when they fast forward time, I picked it up pretty quick. When we got the Sherlock Holmes guy coming in, the priest, you figure out pretty fast what you're in for. Now I didn't know, or I didn't remember there was a new Dracula movie coming out, so I was a little bit like,
I remember the trailer because it actually came out last year, but it's one of those film festivals, and it's only there,
I think it's a French production too,
right? Yep.
So
So yeah, remember the trailer and then forgot about it.
But good. I mean, very good.
Oh,
I'm not a
yeah.
big traditional Frankenstein, Dracula, those old school monster movies kind of guy, but very well done, unique. I agree.
For telling the same story as all the other movies, like it's very grounded for a monster movie. Like it feels like it could be in real life. I mean, not really, but as close as you could probably get it.
It was interesting. I hadn't seen anything really like it. So, and that's what you hope for out of those unseen movies. If you happen to see
that was a
trailer,
gem.
Yeah, if you happen to see a trailer and you go into one and you're like, "Hey, this is what I'm hoping for," but you have really no idea and you're not looking it up, and it actually ends up being that, it's kind of like nice, but at the same time, you're probably going to go see it anyway. So to get one that you're not expecting is always the best result. So love that one. And then I don't know. I think you saw Marty Supreme, and then
I saw Marty Supreme on Saturday, so late view. It was 3:45 p.m. time window, but the movie's been out for a while, so late viewing for me. That movie has a ton of shit going on in it. Very cohesive. It's a good movie, but it is an exhausting movie to watch because like each turn something is going on, and it's very high energy. Tim Boy is just on it with the dialogue, man. Chalamet killed it. He was very good in it. What's her name? Piper from Iron Man.
Can't help you on that one.
Wow.
But
That's
I know
gonna bug
Chalamet
me.
probably
You're gonna say it. I'm gonna get pissed.
Tim is the odds-on favorite for sure to win Best Actor at the Oscars. So I hadn't seen it.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Paltrow was like, she's kind of a minor character, kind of not, but her role was really good. What's his name from Shark Tank is in there.
There's a few.
That's gonna piss me off.
Cuban?
Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary.
He's kind of like not the main antagonist. Like Chalamet's character is like the protagonist and antagonist because everything he goes through is kind of self-inflicted to a degree. So it's like him dealing with all of that. So very unconventional sports movie. And the ending, I think, subverts your expectations until like the last 20 minutes. Like you think it's like a miracle movie or Mighty Ducks, whatever. Like it's your typical, oh, he failed, now he's coming back type shit. But very well done. It's just it's exhausting.
I was interested to hear because that's obviously one that's up for a lot of stuff in the Oscars. So
yeah, you should watch it. You should watch this movie just to it is to be about ping pong and to get that much emotion and story out of that premise is fantastic. It's similar to Shia LaBeouf when he plays the tennis player. What movie is that?
I don't know. I feel like I should know that one though. I think I know what you're talking about. I thought wasn't he also a golfer?
Yeah, greatest game ever played. Amazing movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when you said that, but I
Borg
knew
versus McEnroe.
Yeah, McEnroe, where it's like that, but ping pong, and dial it up to 11.
Get that thing to 11.
Yeah,
this one,
which leads me into the screen unseen. We have Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Has nothing to do with Nirvana. Absolutely nothing. but it's using the term Nirvana, like the definition. I don't know what the definition is, but that's the definition. They are a band. They made a show in 2007, 2008, and then in 2014 did a TV show. So it was like a web series TV show, and then the same guys made the movie. So it's like telling you the process of what they've done. But it's about two guys. They want to play at a bar. One of them is a musician. One of them comes up with the plan to get playing at the bar. That's it.
I didn't go, and I had seen
hilarious. It's a mockumentary, so
Okay.
it's like a documentary. They have a camera guys like there. It's kind of there's a show where it's like you never see who the cameraman is, and then they show you once, like, yeah, that's him, and he's just like kind of always in the background. It's fucking hilarious, very rewatchable, and like these guys did an amazing job.
I saw a lot of hype around that, like, and I sent you that tweet that said if you can get to the screen unseen, you got to go. So I did see a trailer for that movie, and I didn't. It to me, and you could probably tell me if I'm wrong. I thought based on the trailer there was some kind of like time travel going on.
There is.
Okay. That's all I remember. But I didn't really pick up on what was going on.
Like they break the fourth wall with it too. So there's time travel, and then it's like this is exactly like Back to the Future. Oh, yeah. we can't say that. It's copyrighted. Well, if you're watching this movie in theaters, now's your like good for you, because this will be the only time you'll be able to see it. And then they just start quoting the movie.
So I mean, I was trying to figure out what you meant by fourth dimensional, but that I like those.
Yeah,
when they play.
So, I think they used original footage from their web series to make them look young, and then film new parts of it at their current age when they're older, because there's like a time jump in there. It's an incredible movie.
So the two guys that play it are the actual guys?
Yes.
Okay.
So if Crait, you want to bring it up real quick?
I kind of the way you were saying it felt like they were in the movie.
Yeah, like there's the story, and like that's why it's Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. That was them.
I'll have to watch that because that seems like a true comedy over everything else I've seen.
What are you looking for exactly?
Just the two main characters, essentially. That photo.
Matt and Jay.
Yeah, exactly. Matt and Jay. They made the web series, then they made the TV show, and then they made the movie starring themselves. They are the producers of it too. It's a Canadian show, so like that's why it's getting released to the US and everything. But like it's like dumb funny, very similar to like Weird Al Yankovic's like documentary kind of with Daniel Radcliffe. It was like it's mocking the situation, everything, and embellishing it.
Right.
Same deal here. It's very, or like Wayne's World is probably a better example. It's like Wayne's World.
Okay.
Just like it. Yeah, it's great.
I'll have to. I don't know if I'll see that in theaters or not, but
I don't think you need to see it in theaters. Well,
I mean, the way
if you can see it, because it is very like, again, you're watching them through the cameraman's camera, so it's like moving around and shit.
Right.
So it probably does look better in a theater.
Okay.
But yeah, shocked. Like I had no idea what I was going into. Lexi said comedy, and then their faces kind of looked weird in the very beginning of it, so I thought it was Springsteen. I don't know if that's came out already or not, but I thought it was going to be like a music documentary. It wasn't too far off. But then, yeah, dude, I was just like, what is going on? And you're like,
Like laugh out loud funny a couple times, or
yeah, theater was laughing. It's more of it like a chuckle funny.
yep.
Like, what the fuck are we doing here, dude?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the what is it? Matt is the guy who comes up with all the ideas. And he's just like, what if we outrageous idea? And then he's like starts breaking it down on how he's gonna accomplish it. And then he goes and does it. And then it just works out.
I'll have to watch that one.
Like he's trying to get pliers through a metal detector. They catch him. They like kind of do the office cold pan with the other guy, like looking at the camera, like, oh fuck. And then he's like, oh yeah, I just had these clippers for my pants. He's got holes in his pants, so I can like cut them off. And they're like, okay, you can go through.
The quick-witted people, yeah.
He's very quick-witted. Just, oh yeah, sure. But the dynamic is amazing. Story's very good. The history of it is incredible. Right now, it's got an 8.6 on IMDb, 4.3 on Letterboxd, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
4.3 is really high on Letterboxd.
Yeah,
that's really high.
It's good.
I'll have to watch that one. I think there's another one coming up next week too, so I'll have to keep my eyes open and probably get back at it. I like that they're pumping them out. I wish it was every Monday. Now I like when there is a break. It's kind of nice, but when you're in a groove and like the last however many you've been to are enjoyable, it's fun to dive back in.
And the next one's gonna be bottom tier. Oh
yeah, it'll be another sequel to a movie we've never seen. That one was the biggest letdown I've ever been to. But with that being said, getting into the actual movie we came here to talk about tonight, episode 3 of the Director Choice Butter Boys Director Choice series, Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer, 2013 action sci-fi starring Chris Evans and really a couple other familiar faces in there as well. I had seen this before, didn't remember all of it. It used to be streamable on something. I ended up renting it on Amazon to watch it with the headset on, the Xbox headset. It was a new experience for me on actually getting on and watching it on my Xbox. I've tried before and it just didn't work out as well, but ran into this one. But yeah, Bong Joon-ho is director number 3, chosen by yours truly. Geese, I loved your synopsis pre-movie or pre-pod here. What can you tell me about the movie?
We could bring it back to Killer Clowns. It's
the title doesn't give it to you though. At least.
No, yeah, that is true. It's a pretty straightforward approach to post-apocalyptic humanity, except they are all condensed onto a train. It sounds basic, but the train is broken up into classes, so you get a lot of different like perspectives. That's not really different themes throughout the movie of human greed, classism. Really wasn't racism wasn't really part of it.
No,
I don't think it wasn't touching on anything like that. And just being cooped up with the only way to survive is being on this train, but is that actually living? Like it gets into those types of concepts. But yeah, dude, it's people on a train.
What a train it was too.
Yeah, I got some criticisms. Overall, I think it is a good movie. I'm not going to watch it again, but it was entertaining until it got kind of predictable and started not making a lot of sense. I think I think it's like a middle of a road movie. I don't know if it's a 7.1 on IMDb, but I'd probably give it a 6, 7.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Bong Joon-ho was picked for Parasite, and then I had seen this familiarity with it through it on the wheel. I knew I liked it. I knew it wasn't his best movie of all time, but definitely something good, and honestly, pretty similar to the two movies I've seen. This one and Parasite. His overarching themes or directing style have some similarities to how he's the small sample size of what I've seen. One of the other ones on the wheel was based on a true story. So obviously that one would have been a little bit different. And then the other one was a Netflix original but honestly, to give you an idea, Okja that was on the wheel was they were creating a super pig to feed the world. And
Spider Pig.
one of
Spider
them,
Pig.
one of
Does
them
whatever a
was friends
spider
with
pig does.
a girl. So they're trying to save it. So it might have some ties to these two, but very similar high level concepts to Parasite and Snowpiercer.
Yeah. I don't hold it against what is it?
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, what you said. I don't hold it against him. I think the setting limits what you can do. Like the train serves as it's sealing everyone in there from death. So in order to film a movie, you're on the train.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere else to go but forward and back.
Right.
Which again is another theme that he goes into. So I think of a lot, like most of my criticisms are due to the setting, but that setting has different meanings as well. So it's a little push pull, tug of war, what have you. But that I think that limited it a lot.
I agree. I mean, you put yourself legitimately inside of a box. Like the movie is shot inside.
Yeah, good point.
You are in a confined space to shoot this movie. And just using the post-apocalyptic, you have to be on this train. Nobody else is alive outside this train, so you're legitimately in a box from the get-go. I did like that they kind of got right into it from the jump. You're starting off in the lower class, interested in conversations about, because maybe I missed it, but I don't remember if I know that where they got on the train is where they ended up staying. Like they weren't shifting classes unless they came back and pulled you for a specific reason. But wherever they started, Chris Evans' character was on the train for the full 14 years or whatever it was. They said that was.
Yeah, he was. I think it was 17 years on Earth, 17 years on the train, which is insane. Like the fact that I know there was revolutions that happened previously, but the fact like they didn't just all murder each other from just being batshit insane is like amazing.
Yeah, and Curtis being the lead, who was Chris Evans' character, pretty much from the jump is planning their.
He's a leader. Yeah, he's a leader.
He is planning their revolt, their push. He's timing it up. He keeps telling them to wait. They're eating these black protein blocks that we later find out how they're made. But I keep looking and I'm like, what is that? I actually think I wrote down at some point, like, what are these? Because I forgot.
I was like everyone on the train. I just took it. Protein block. Okay.
That's all they've got. Yeah.
Not you and you're hungry, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Black protein blocks where he's getting messages from somewhere further up the train, giving him pointers on how to, what to expect, what to look for. And they're essentially planning their, what was it, the third or fourth revolution or however many there had been.
I think it was the third
revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was
maybe the second. No, there was the 7 guys that ran away. And then I think there was one, maybe there was 2. It doesn't matter.
No, it was between, I thought it was 3 or 4, but yeah, regardless.
Yeah, I think that's, right in there.
Nobody had made it. Nobody had gotten to the front. But they dive in from the jump, and pretty much from there, you're off and running. I think what the more interesting part of the beginning when they come back to do roll call and just showing what the punishments were for them when they just put that guy's arm.
That was hardcore shit.
Yeah, he throws a shoe at the woman, which Minister Mason, the
I
woman
had no idea that was Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, it didn't look like her as much.
No.
But
No.
she comes back essentially just to kind of, again, they're keeping everybody in order, put them in their place over and over again, and then they take the kids and this guy, Timmy, who is one of the more popular kids at the beginning, and this other guy's kid that had like a red-haired afro or kind of curly hair. They get taken, they get measured, they get taken, they try to get their kids back. The guy throws a shoe at her, and then they put his arm in a circular chamber, stick it out the side of the train for, I believe it was like 7 minutes. At this altitude, we only get 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
And you kind of knew, I remembered that scene, but you knew like that is a brutal punishment. And curious if you guys thought this. I don't know, Crit, if you got a chance to watch it or not, but you did, okay. When you saw the other leader, the older guy that was back there, and I've got to find his name here if I can, but the older guy that had been there just as long, who had a peg leg and he was missing an arm, Gilliam.
Yep.
You just kind of that when you see the scene, you just like, that's the punishment. These people that are missing arms and limbs, that is what's happening to them when they revolt. They get punished by this freezing temperatures of what's outside. And I guess the backstory we didn't mention, global warming ruined everything. They tried to drop a chemical to regulate the temperature.
Context matters here.
Yeah. So global warming was ruining the planet. They tried to drop a chemical or release a chemical to regulate the temperatures, and it just got way too unbearably cold to live outside.
Yeah, what is that? The day the Earth stood still? Is that
that's
where
movie,
everything
yeah.
freezes? Yeah, but everything freezes over. Same type of deal, right?
Something like that. I can't remember exactly how that one.
Yeah,
works.
everything got
There's like
frozen.
tidal
shit.
wave movies and like floods, and they've done it all. But that is the context. It's freezing outside, so the punishment is putting this guy's arm out there for 7 minutes while she gives a lecture to them about the order, and you guys are the shoe, we are this huge speech. Can't get access to the guy in the front of the train.
Be a shoe. You are a shoe. Be a shoe. Like, stop making everyone's life hard. Like, just do what you're told.
Legitimately. And they put the shoe on the guy's head
as he loses his arm.
They come back with a sledgehammer.
But so I guess the other context to that is that the train goes around the world, and the only reason they haven't froze to death yet is because they continue to move. So the rest of humanity are on these types of trains. You go on to find out that all the other trains crashed, and this is the last one cooking.
And it goes around the world exactly in 1 year. Like it was built for tourism, like a grand vacation. It gets around the world back to where you started in 365 days. So it's forever moving. The engine is, I don't even know what the engine's all about. We can get there, but yeah, this train does not
But
stop.
it's a self-powering engine.
Yes.
So that all comes into play.
Right. But yeah, we're planning a revolution. They've got to go break out this engineer from the prison cart in order to have him help them access all the doors and unlock the doors to continue moving forward. And they do it by having, I don't even know, those barrels I think were essentially them bringing children back to the back of the cart to help, because essentially they would raise the children in the back and then they'd come and take them. So I don't think those kids were actually their kids. I think they were given kids, because you got to think, those kids I think were being brought back to them and they weren't actually.
Well, I don't think they were regulating who got pregnant or whatnot. So I could.
True.
I think that is probably part of it. Where it is just, we just hand them over to the back of the train to raise them, and then we take them. I have no idea where those barrels came from.
Right.
And the fact that they had so many of them, like, the thing I struggled with was the scale of the train. I understood it was long, but the way they filmed it made it only look like it was like a few cars, long. Like they weren't walking 20 fucking cars to get to the next phase. They were saying it's like, oh, it's like, and then they show the view of all the doors opening, and like immediately it's starting to get better and better and better instead of like this long hallway of sections. And then like the other scene is where they're shooting at each other across a curve in the track. And
they're in a U shape.
Yeah, they're in a U shape, but it shows the train being absolutely huge. And then they're shooting at each other. Yeah, it's like it was hard to grasp the scale of which we were working with. Because some of it showed it as being massive, but the scene, again, being inside the train, you're only seeing the car that they're in currently.
Right, but the trains do work like that. Like, it isn't massive long hallways on every train. Like, you have.
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
but the way they were filming it, it only looked like it was 3 carts long, instead of like it would have been like 50.
Yeah, and they give you a couple shots of how long it is, but they kind of find like tuned in on where they were at that time.
Right, it doesn't matter, right? It's just like me viewing it personally, I see that and I'm like, wait a second, like it's not adding up.
I was thinking more like scale wise, how wide and like how much room they had in the carts. Now, granted, it was built for tourism and going around the world. It makes sense. It was a larger train. Each cart was a little bit wider. The outside shots of it didn't make it look any bigger than a typical train.
Exactly.
But
and then
I didn't have a problem with the length.
The scene that took me out of it was the aquarium scene because of that exact reason. Like, yeah, it's a train car. Dude, you got fucking manta rays in there. You know how much room manta rays need to survive? A shit ton. If it was just little fish running back and forth, I'm in. You got exotic saltwater creatures in this fucking thing, and it's only a cart long. Fuck off.
The aquarium was nuts. I will agree that the aquarium...
Visually, great.
Yeah.
Logically, dude, get out of here. Like,
and they tried to address the in the sushi scene. They tried to address like we eat it twice a year because we're running low on fish. It's the balance of
the ecosystem.
Yeah, we got to keep a certain balance in order for that aquarium to survive, and we can only do this twice a year to ensure that is going to continue to stay in place. So they did at least address it, but the aquarium cart was the one that was the most unbelievable.
Yeah,
by far.
What are we doing here?
Like the garden and the school, and like a lot of it
all made sense. It was all, you could scale it down and make it make sense. The aquarium, you're looking up, it just keeps going. It's all blue. It's like huge, and there's no way that would happen.
The only thing about the aquarium that made that at least showed some kind of scale difference is the walkway was significantly smaller.
Yeah,
but yes, that cart would have to be very large to have the type of fish they had.
Yeah, exactly. It was the type of fish where I'm just like, dude, you have 2 manta rays in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
What do those even taste like?
That cart was the most unbelievable. But I mean, again, like going movie hat on, the exoticness of this train, what it was built for, made sense. But yeah, that one was. I had a feeling that one was going to cause some issues. I forgot about that even existing in this movie until they walk through there. But yeah, they get the revolt going. They bust their guy out of prison. He gets his daughter. They have the futuristic, translation devices that probably exist. I have no idea. They seemed unrealistic. Like I'm sure we probably might have those.
Yeah, I think we do. We definitely have. Sure.
Right, like something similar. It didn't
But
look
yeah, like it was
exactly
very
like
small.
what
You
they
gotta
had.
remember this is 2013 though.
Yeah, and I believe this is 2032, or 2036. It's really 2037, maybe. It was not that far in front of where we are right now. So he was predicting something like this was happening in the next 20 years.
I believe it.
And we're not very far. I mean, we're within 5 to 10 years of where this movie actually took place. I believe it was in the 2030s. So
yeah, in 2014, they caused the Ice Age.
Okay.
And then 17 years later, which would be 2032. 32.
2031. If it was 2014.
Right. My math is bad. You're right.
Yeah. Regardless, he this movie's taking place within 5 years of where we are right now, which seems far-fetched, but I don't think you'll be bitching about the aquarium if you get up in the front of that train.
I got to be in the front of the train to bitch about it.
Yeah. We're going to get a chance to see it.
Sure as hell won't be me.
But I like how they show you throughout, because at the beginning, they come back to get a violinist, and they only bring the guy, not the wife, and they put her down and knock her out and step on his hand, like just kind of treat him like shit.
They messed her up.
Yeah, but they bring him up, and then you see when they get to prison, they get them out. They're like, hey, he stole these different drugs, which are flammable, like hallucinogens, because they knew this guy's an addict, or they didn't know about his daughter, but they knew that, okay, we got to bribe this guy somehow. So they've got these hallucinogen flammable rocks. I can't remember what that exactly was called.
It was Chronal.
Chronal, yeah. So they're bribing this guy with this, so they start to move forward. A side note was, what I thought was funny at the beginning was how easy it is to just bribe kids. Yeah. Like when they wanted Timmy's block, and he's like, no. He's like, well, what do you want? He's like, the ball. And he's like, yeah, I want the ball for a whole 2 hours or an hour. And he's like, oh, man, I don't know. And you just make whatever it is they want, just make it sound like the best thing possible they could get. It works on every kid. They're not. You can get them easily. Here's the ball, man. Give me the block. They get their message. But bribing kids, very funny. But they get up to the train or the cart where the protein blocks are being made, and it's a guy that used to be in their class. So you see how these people get pulled out and they get jobs, but he's not living a lavish lifestyle by any means, but he's just in there. He's like, I eat them too, but it's just bugs, just roaches and grasshoppers, and just a ton of bugs just getting blended down. When I wrote down what are those, and then I saw that, I forgot again about that. It's been a while since I've seen this. It made a lot of sense that would be what they are, but oh god, they've just been crushing those things forever.
A lot.
So many bugs.
When he looks in there, man, and it's just the screen running by, and you're like, what is that? You're like, oh god,
just blending these bugs down.
Oh.
And they get pissed at their guy, and he's like, I eat them too, Dude,
right. I don't have a choice.
I'm not above this.
If I don't do this, you guys don't eat.
Correct. And they probably will off that guy, because you find out, a lot of it being about balance and not overpopulating the train. So
if you think about it, they'll get hungry enough, and when we learn about that eventually, is that they'll get hungry enough, they'll eat those even knowing what they are.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So not knowing was better for them.
Yeah.
Than knowing what they were. But then they get the idea of, I think Gilliam kind of lets them know that the water room is coming up, and if we control the water, we control the negotiations, I think is what he said. But essentially, we control the train if we can get to the water room. And boy, were they ready for him at the water room. Oh, man. That train.
You want to talk about some shock and awe. Oh, Jesus. They opened that door. Well, she kind of gave us the forewarning, or Don't
Right-
open that door.
right before he clicked the wires. Don't
Did they
open
ever
it.
explain why she could hear them or know what was over there?
I don't think so. I feel like he asked her how she knew that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she ever.
They
answered.
never. I
She's
don't
just
think.
clairvoyant or whatever
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
the
that
best way.
superpower is.
Yeah, yeah. She just was like because she's tripping balls too on this stuff, and they get her to snap out of it and just don't open that door, and it click, and then just opens and just mass murders, old school medieval, just all axes. You guys are in trouble.
Some ice agents in there, man.
I
All
mean,
masked up.
the
I don't know why they needed masks on. I like the aesthetic,
right.
but you're there to do a job, and there's really no penalty for what you're about to do. So, like, why do you care if they know what you look like?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. The aesthetic was cool. Maybe there's people in that band of brothers that have been in the back of the train before, and they don't want to take it personal or whatever it is. There might be some
Yeah.
reasons. It looked sweet, but they were just in trouble. And besides Curtis, the only guy they had was that Gray. I think was the ninja guy. He was a problem.
That dude was bad.
He was solid, but they just go to an all out slaughter, just war. I mean, it felt unbelievable for a second, but then you realize, this revolt, they've got more will to fight than these people that are just trying to kill them. So you're gonna lose some numbers. You're gonna lose some numbers in this fight, but you're gonna get some weapons. And once you start to get the weapons from them and take people down, that's when the tides are gonna start to turn.
Then they changed the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the game got changed.
They turned the lights off and started swanging.
The night vision felt like it was over for the rebellion.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't think that flame gets them as far as it did in reality. Like
They did a good job of showcasing that one flame running from the kid to the next guy, the one arm guy.
Like I said, the cinematography of this movie I think is fantastic. It just kind of falls apart as it goes on because it becomes predictable about what's about to happen.
Yeah. And what they don't show you is when they actually do get to that cart, there's multiple flames that they were probably lighting on the way, so it wasn't the first flame.
Right.
It was, they don't show you that, but they get there and then the fire's on, and then they turn the tide right back on them. Ultimately, get the job done. Lose a lot of people. I think our boy Curtis's boy gets knocked out. Edgar goes down in this fight by one of the two big dogs, the two guys that were running around with Mason.
Suit and tie folk.
Yeah, they take
Mr.
Edgar
Anderson.
out. They take Edgar out, but we win the battle. And then it gets a little bit odd because they win the water room and then they can't stop. They're talking about.
Well, yeah, they captured Mason,
correct,
who is the shoe lady. So, she's like, I can get you there. Why would you help us? I don't want to die. Well, that's a pretty compelling argument.
Yeah, and he's like, call Wilfred, see if he comes to save you. Because he had taken the notes on the things that weren't happening. When they called Wilfred, he never talked.
Now, I guess this question is more for Crit. When you heard of Wilfred and how he was like this deity and he made the train and they were calling him, I guess, what were your thoughts on that? I thought he was already going to be dead. And they were...
thought he was Wizard of Oz, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's how I always saw him, he's just a Wizard of Oz. Eventually they're going to find him and see him in person.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of how I view
it. That's a good theory.
And then I thought we need to get that movie on the damn wheel.
Yeah.
Sometime.
It's me. Which is wicked, just so if you didn't know. I had thought that he was dead already and they were making it look like he was like still alive to keep everyone in line. So my whole head was like, they're gonna open that door. He's gonna be like in a bacta tank from Star Wars, just kind of floating there.
Yeah, I mean, I remembered him being alive, so obviously that's different. But I think when you're rewatching it, they don't give you any real reason to think he's still alive. Like there's
Yeah,
no
it's just
proof.
he made. Well, they say 17 years or something like that, and it's like no one's seen this dude. He communicates through phone. Like it could be anybody.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess when you get to his cart, it's pretty locked down. Like you kind of get an insight. Like this guy he doesn't really have to come out of there. He's got the one lady that does probably everything for him, brings him all the shit.
Yeah,
But yeah, he doesn't really need to come out. But we capture Mason. They even say you're not even halfway to the front yet, but you're further than anybody else has ever made it. So again, they give you this. They give you the scope, but yes, the scale is always in question. This thing goes on forever. But they get Mason, and then we start moving forward. We get down to like 6 people. I think 7, including Mason. But it's Curtis, it's Gray, it's
everyone important died outside of the 6, or went back to. They went back to the back to just kind of hold on, right?
yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Gilliam-
Okay, sorry.
Gilliam
I was
did
trying to
that.
think of what happened next. I'm like, okay, am I chronologically correct here and how all this is going down? Yeah.
Well, because before they leave, him and Gilliam have a conversation about like Gilliam tells him, "You're the leader now," and he says, "How can I lead with 2 arms?" And like in that moment, I had no idea what he was talking about, and I just thought he had never pushed the envelope to get his arm taken off outside the train. You know, like I just assumed all of the limbs that were missing were via punishment, the way we saw it when the guy got his arm sledgehammered off because it was frozen solid. So when he said that, I'm just like, is he just, has he never, this is his first time really stepping into some sort of rebellion or pushing the envelope, trying to stand up for the people. He just always, maybe he always kind of got soft and never stood up. And now his time is here where he's got to go do it. So that part I thought in the moment, again, even the second time watching it, I was like, I was trying to figure out what that possibly could have meant. I don't know how you took it when he said it.
I glossed over it, really. Like, that whole conversation didn't strike me. Especially when he's telling him, like, hey, like, do you want to continue to lose people here? Like, people are dying. Like, trying to kind of convince him out of it.
Right.
It wasn't until the flashback at the end where I'm like, oh, that was important.
Yeah, which I like that. I like that they brought
Yeah.
that. But we're moving on. We get to the aquarium. We get to the fruit tree patch and all the luxurious stuff that's going on in front of where they've been living for the last 17 years, and just the lavish lifestyle. And they're carrying them on. They get the chance to eat the sushi bar, and Curtis makes Mason eat the protein bar, which is very funny. The protein block, like, no, you eat it.
No.
She knows too, and just like,
Yeah, she's like taking little nibbles off of it. Like, you're eating this, pal. Completely forgot about the school section, and this was one of the more interesting scenes of the movie.
Probably my favorite.
Caught me off guard entirely.
great switch up. I had kind of thought something was, well, the teacher was pregnant, and I was like, what the hell is going on there? So I was kind of like distracted about the eggs, and then out of absolutely nowhere,
Yeah. Just starts mowing them.
everybody. And then what was it the teacher's message to everyone? I forget who was telling him, where it's like, oh yeah, you guys thought these were extinct. Guess what?
Yeah, because
Fully automatic weapons.
at the beginning, he notices they don't have bullets in those guns, and he goes and tests it and puts it at his head, and he's like, all right, we go. That was his play, was like, I am banking 1,000% on bullets being extinct, and I'm going to put this gun in my head, and if he shoots it, I'm dead. If he doesn't, we just bull rush these guys out of here. So then we get to the school part, and the egg guy comes through and she explains, which I also thought it was funny how just crazy the school is when they're singing the song and what happens when the engine stops, we all freeze and die. Like they're just thinking about, just jacked up about this.
The indoctrination there is crazy.
Oh, dude, these kids are just brainwashed. They're not wrong, but it was just wild to be cheering about. And then, yeah, the teacher and the egg guy come in talking about how, I think that's when they kind of built in the extinction thing. Like, hey, we'd only do this once a year, so eggs don't go extinct. Now, we hadn't been a part of the train long enough to see if they've been doing that forever, if that was something brand new. It looked like they were all pretty familiar with it. I was kind of surprised that the egg guy got back to the lower class train to hand them out eggs in the moment.
That's when I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that if this is a tradition that they're always getting back here, to get their egg, and then he just whips out the Foliato and like, you guys thought these were extinct too, and just absolutely just the second just massive slaughter in the movie. Absolute slaughter.
Well, yeah, and the first gunshot is right through that dude with one arm's head, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like, oh shit.
I was convinced the bullets might have been gone at that point in the movie.
I was so on board there being no bullets on that train. It made so much sense.
Yeah.
I like how they use the term extinct for item, like it wasn't extinction of birds or, they used it for the sushi, but majority of the time the term extinction was to like an inanimate object. It was to something that they all used to use, and now it's gone. Yeah, that's extinct.
Just ran out of them. Yeah, and the fact that they called the bluff and it worked, I did not see that one coming at all.
And then it happens. I'm like, oh yeah, of course they'd keep a couple left.
Yeah,
just in case,
Yeah,
for a little rainy day action.
Yeah, and Gilliam gets killed in that scene. Pretty much everybody else that's important. Like, I think the Gilliam one, they show that on the TV, I think.
Yep, that was it.
And then the teacher rips the gun out. Or maybe the teacher gets killed before that. Whatever the case may be, they showcased on the TV Gilliam getting put down to Curtis.
I think Curtis kills her.
I think, doesn't Gray get a throwing knife on her?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Great. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, but one of their people gets shot in that. I think they lose.
It's the guy that lost his arm.
Yeah.
The teacher gets him.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right to the head. And then the black lady gets stabbed.
She makes it past that.
Yeah, she gets past that part because her and Gray die.
It's the other fight with the guy in the suit.
Guys.
Yeah,
because they take out one of the suit guys, but the older suit guy,
the ponytail guy,
he's still he's still hanging. Bullet's not extinct. The knife throw from Gray, the teacher, was great. They put the bullet in Gilliam's head, and then Curtis puts one right in Mason's head. Like, we're just gonna off this chick now. We don't need her. We got Min Sue, who's going to continue to open these doors. We don't need this chick at all. It was working out well.
She just tried to betray you too, like.
Oh yeah, and
first opportunity.
It was working well that she was able to kind of walk them through, but yeah, it was a matter of time until she was going to get put away. And then we get to the U-turn. That those shots are never making it. That those shots were just never. These guys got
40/40 vision, bro. Like. It's the scale they show of the train doesn't match what they're doing in the train,
Yeah.
And that scene, I'm like, you just taking pop shots across this thing
perfectly, just right at the cart they're at,
and it's like 2 minutes of this.
Those bullets were never making it.
And they're still lined up. You know what I mean? Like you would have like one shot if you would need a sniper first off. And you get one shot to do it.
Yeah. And he's got like an MP7 or an Uzi or something. It's like those bullets are not.
That kid never played God before. I'd never reached that.
Those bullets are never making it. That one was a tough one to watch. But they do get to the steam room, so they get caught up with. The steam room fight scene was great. the whole time. That's when we lose Tanya and Gray. But they end up taking down what they thought they took down the other big gun there for the bad guys. But Tanya goes down, Gray goes down. They're down to 3, and they add in the little party cart, little DJ
Yeah.
cart, and Minsu and his daughter Yona are just ravaging the drugs from these tables. Just the most degen thing you can do, just ripping them, ripping these chrono. I keep forgetting what the hell they called it, but I think it was chrono, whatever.
Chrono, I think that's close
Yeah,
enough.
but that's kind of like, we're basically, after that fight scene, we're basically getting to the front of the train. The party people were pissed off they're stealing their drugs, but they're not going to do anything about it, and they just walk through it.
I don't even think they paid for those drugs, so
They're just in there, and like that party room, and then the next room was almost like a trap house. Do you remember that scene? And it was just people just out, just dead bodies. It felt like in there, just so high off their ass. To be that front, like, I think that's also interesting to think of all the luxurious stuff they went through to get there, and then towards the very front, it's still
they're
the people
living just like those guys are, but
but they're
purposely.
Correct. Yeah, like the highest of the high, literally and financially, are just getting just absolutely blissed on this flammable substance that's a rock
it's just
they
like
could just
gas radiation or some shit, dude.
and the people in the back are trying to make it. The people in the front just have it at will. All this crap. But that one was kind of crazy. That trap house train car was just kind of nuts, and they just keep scooping it. I mean, there's so much chrono in there, just snagging it.
Gold mine, baby.
They get to the final gate, and we didn't talk about it yet, but the final 2 SIGs on the planet. Namsu got one of them, and Curtis starts ripping the other one.
Got to. I bet that tasted so damn good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like, dude, that guy's in prison one, and then he gets out of there. First thing he does is smoke a cig.
That would have been, I wonder how long he's been in that box.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They wake him up and he's just rips a cig. 2 heaters left.
And then to go through the entire train to get a cig after that, oh
yeah. Because Curtis,
Oscar to him for giving that one up.
Oh.
Yeah,
facts.
But
I wouldn't.
That was kind of the turning point, though. He gave it to him to then tell him, like, I wasn't coming here to open this door for you. I was coming to open that door. So like, he gives him the cig to break the news of, I got you here, but my plan was not to get you inside this main door to Wilfred. These doors on the side have been shut forever, frozen shut, and this stuff, like, I'm not a druggie. What the hell do you think I've been taking this stuff for? He's like, it's a bomb, And they had a lot of good things that turned, and you're like, oh shit.
Everything was like very well interconnected, made a lot of sense story wise. Again, it's the setting that kind of takes you out of it.
Yeah, and that conversation there, Yona just passes out because she is actually ripping the drugs. She was off her rocker. Is going to town. But Namsu's like, dude, I am not. They have the conversation. He gets the heater. Curtis talks first, tells the whole story about how they started having to eat each other, and they went back to go get this baby. They tasted better.
That reveal was awesome.
Unreal. Like, the baby was Edgar, and then to find out the 2-arm comment made sense because people were cutting their limbs off to save each other, and he never did it. I did not remember that. I was like, oh shit. Now it all makes sense. And Edgar's the baby. I was the guy trying to rip this baby out from, underneath him. This old guy cuts his arm off, says, eat that. That whole conversation was absolutely nuts. And I think it connected. It obviously connected a lot of dots, but
Chris Evans killed that scene too.
Yeah. And you probably didn't see half of that coming that came towards that end. Like the bomb, Edgar being the kid, why did the two arm comet you probably forgot about even was brought up at this point?
No, just full on shock.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. And I forgot even like the two arm thing. I had no clue what they were talking about. But when he hits, like, you know what really is the worst thing is I know what people taste like, and that babies taste the best. Like, you know what I hate most about
that
myself?
line right there was
What I hate most about myself is I know what people taste like, and that babies taste the best. That was like, oh God, this guy's been through hell in the back of that train.
And what I love about that line specifically is that if you were forced to be a cannibal, there's no way to prevent you from having a bias to what you prefer.
Right.
Like, if you only have, like, you know how fucked up it is, and you're still like, baby arm, man. Oh,
yeah.
Put a little seasoning on that.
It like becomes luxury.
Right.
You know which part of the human body becomes luxury to you. And it's just a wild thought. But that's all you're eating. You know, so yeah, you're going to have preferences on, last night I had a couple toes. Today I got
Knuckles got the best.
Yeah. He got the bicep of Peter over there, man.
Peter, I tell you, Peter was so good.
Yeah.
Now, Sheila last week wasn't anything to write home about, but
just a crazy thought process, like to even think about being in a situation,
to pose those questions, like from like being rational with it is mind numbing.
Yeah, but that's the big reveal. For the most part, he goes ape shit on each other. They lose their minds at each other about him wanting to leave. I'm not here. I wasn't getting high. This is a bomb. I'm blowing that door up. I'm not opening this one. They go head to head and just an all-out fight again at the back end because he won't give them the matches to do it. I think he knocks him out or something because they invite Wilfred in for dinner. Or, excuse me, Curtis gets invited in for dinner by Wilfred.
I think it's mid-fight, and then, it's mid-fight.
She shoots him, doesn't she? Like in the
the assistant comes out, pops this mofo, and they're like, hey, come on back here, check it out.
Yeah. And the whole scene with Wilfred had some reveal, it had some odd to it. Essentially, you find out all the messages have been coming from him to the back of the train. Which
I kind of assumed. I mean, I feel like that was kind of predictable.
Yeah, because how would Namsu be
at some point? At some point it became predictable because you hadn't ran into the dude who was sending you that shit yet.
Yeah.
So at some point, it has to be Wilfred.
Right. And Namsu was in a chamber, so he wasn't sending them.
Right.
They were just telling him exactly how to operate to get up there. And you find out that Gilliam's in on it, which he did not appreciate. You know, Gilliam was a part of the plan. He wanted you to get here. You know, you were supposed to stop, or the head count this and whatnot. But, you know, Gilliam was a part of this. We were communicating, talking on the phone, and just kind of puts Curtis in a blender about what he should do. I mean, I think there was a point in time when he puts him up in the front of that train after. I love when he's bitching and he's like, Wilford's just like, medium rare. Like, just ignoring everything Curtis is saying.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
No, nothing he's going to say.
Yeah, the impactful scene is when he puts him up there and like, just think about it. When's the last time you were alone?
True.
And then leaves him alone to come back and be like, all right, you're done. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I didn't understand, I guess, the aloneness, because I was like, I don't know why he was breaking down up there, just being in the engine.
Because you have no one to talk to, you have no one to distract you, it's you and your thoughts. And then to go over at like the last 17 years of shit is like, that's what crushes him.
And now you are at the front of the train. You are
Yeah,
in,
and it's fucking bullshit. The engine is everlasting. The parts are not. That reveal was icing on the cake.
Yep. And it was Curtis is like, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And that's where I think you get the Yona clairvoyance back, because you get the fight out and the party people come press for their drugs back.
Yeah, I really didn't understand that. Like, I assume they're using that to create suspense on the outside of the door. But what incentive do those guys have to come back? Like,
I think it was
they're
more
all
so
fucked up.
Showing order, like this is what happens when there's no order, chaos.
Right. Yeah, and they kind of explain that, but
Yeah, they're coming back.
My ass ain't moving.
Yeah, well, it's like you got this mob of people. It's a guy and a girl that took your drugs. You'd like to think you can go overpower them, get them back, and you realize where they're coming from, the back of the train. Like, we're gonna go rough them up a little bit, but it was showing the order and the chaos and all that crap, But Yona runs in there to get help, get this bomb planted, and he just kind of pushes her off, like, no, like he was starting to fall for, I'm going to take this thing over. And then her clairvoyance pops back in and just knows exactly where to lift the tile up. And then you see Timmy down there, just the parts expire. We have to have this certain size of kid. And they showed you the kids, why they took them, why they take them every time. When these kids die, we got to get another one. There's a certain size that fits in there. And then just manually doing the part of the train that the pieces went extinct a long time ago. They're broken. We can't make new parts. And all hell broke. And then Curtis was like, we're out of here. No, we're not. And he loses his arm.
Yeah. I saw that coming. I mean,
I must have looked away when he yeeted his arm in there. I didn't think in my mind right away like he was going to lose his arm at some point.
I didn't think it was that far deep for when he pulled it out and it's like the whole thing's gone. I'm like, oh shit! Like,
yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like forearm up, The ending, I don't like. I get the messaging from the ending. I don't know how you live at the ending.
And it felt like everyone died but Yona and Timmy.
Yeah, I would say that is what happened. But they already showed us how cold it gets. They have exposed skin. Like, they are dead 5 minutes, man.
They also showed that it was melting, though. That was the point, that they thought it was time to go.
Because Namsu saw the plane.
Warmer.
Yeah, but
year over year.
No, I understand what he's saying in his theory about, it's starting to melt. The very beginning of the movie, they put his arm out there. It's 7 minutes to get frozen like that. And now they're out in the snow and everything. Well, I guess it could be warmer in that location.
Yeah, they talked about the altitude of where they were.
Yeah, okay.
The polar bear was alive.
Like, dude, that coat's not an Alaskan coat. Like, yeah, it's a fur coat, but that shit's not going to keep you warm.
Yeah,
there's no food. Like, you guys are fucking dead anyway. Like,
go back to the train, get all them protein blocks.
Yeah.
Seeing the polar bear was the sign, like, we can live out here. But yeah, granted, the polar bear is built for that weather more than that
polar bear will kill you
for the last however many days. And the girl that's been in a chamber on drugs, the two that make it. But yeah, I mean, they didn't really leave holes. I didn't think he left any holes in the plot.
No, it was just things that were kind of hard to believe within that world. Like, again, I have said it so many times, but the constraints of the setting are what are my biggest criticisms.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable, but yeah, it legitimately, like we said from the beginning, when you put yourself, you limit yourself to that train. There's only so much you can do,
Right.
and he adds a lot of other meaning to it, the power struggles and things that you mentioned earlier, and then they do get out. You know, they talk about the plane. They showed you the people that froze over however many years ago when they tried to leave. But I don't think there's any holes. I think there's things that are definitely hard to put into any sort of realistic perspective.
Yeah,
but
I would agree with that.
But I think he did a good job of tying all loose ends and
yeah,
making.
Yeah, so maybe I was being a little harsh on it. After we talked about it, you know, there's definitely parts I had forgotten about. Solid 7. There wasn't too. I mean, yeah, there's dialogue, but again, you're walking through a train, like, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's that complicated.
Cool. Again, wrote down
north and south.
Awesome train. Awesome train. You know what I'm surprised you didn't mention is when they were on their, pressed to the front, when they were just ramrodding ice blocks on the tracks and staying on the track.
Oh, yeah. I actually believe that. They have trains that have that. There's trucks that do that, where if you're going fast enough, you'll blow right. It's ice, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like you're boring into a mountain doing it, but at that speed, I don't know. I was pretty bought in on. He's like, yeah, I built this to do this, and
yeah.
I took that in stride. Like, okay,
yeah. Well, there's nothing stopping this train.
Yeah,
we'll just believe that premise that nothing on the tracks is.
I did think when they're in the first scene with the windows and the sun's coming in, I thought that they were going to get fried from the sun rays reflecting off all the ice coming in through the window. I thought that scene was going to be like the windows come down, like they don't have they have like shutters, and they're going to bring the shutters down, and that sun is just going to like fry them alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I had thoughts of that type of something crazy happening when they shot through the glass originally, and like the guy was trying to plug the holes. Like I thought something more.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it's a plane essentially. You just expose yourself to this temperature.
Yeah.
With no good way to seal it off. Like, those areas are completely unusable now. Obviously, it doesn't matter, but.
And that guy just shot both of the guards with him too. Like, what a prick.
Yeah.
The bigger guy just shoots them both. Like, what an asshole. But yeah, I mean, I like this movie a lot. I think it's unique. It's something different than what we've seen in a while. Happy with my pick. Again, I know the wheel was picked for Parasite, but wanted to see what else you had. And kind of makes it nicer that you didn't have the end-all, be-all, best Bong Joon-ho movie of all time where you just never watch anything he's ever done again. Now, granted, the reason why I picked him was stumbling upon that he had directed that and wanting to see what else he had done. Ultimately, we landed on a movie I had also already seen, but you guys hadn't, so at least it was something new. It's always fun to have the
100%
before. So the finale is going to be wrapped up with Geese's director here, Mel Brooks. Do we need to spin the Mel Brooks wheel just to have it land on Mel Brooks, or are we going to get right in?
I had that set up.
I'm tired for that shit. I'm out.
I had that pulled up, and it was just the Mel Brooks wheel.
Yeah, I was thinking. I thought when I saw this pull up, I thought it was Chris, and I was like, "Wait, Geese is in charge." Yeah, I thought for sure.
Okay, so
I stuck around long enough. I thought I was going to dip out, but
I am hoping for the producers. I've never seen that. Blazing Saddles is my top 1-2 movies ever. Young Frankenstein is a classic. Pretty sure that's a black and white. And then Robin Hood Men in Tights is the one I want the least. good movie, but I don't think it compares to the other three. So
The producers
that's
is
the
the only one.
breakdown.
The producers is the only one I've never heard of. So
My boss was telling me about it, said it was hilarious, so I want to watch that one personally.
okay, yeah, I mean, I would definitely be on.
But I'll take Blazing Saddles, dude. That I will quote that entire movie.
Blazing Saddles and Robin Hood Men in Tights are both movies that I've would fit in the category of I've seen a lot of them. I don't know if I've sat down and watched start to finish, but I'm very familiar with both of those. Young Frankenstein, I know what it is, and the producers I know nothing about. So I really don't care what it lands on. I'll be pretty happy with whatever. I'll just shot in the dark here, and we'll go with Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I'll go producers.
Give me Blazing.
I was going to have more producers, but I figured we'd just spread it out here. Last movie of the series, which means there will be a new wheel next week. So short week for the boys, but whatever movie we get here, we will be tuning into this week and delivering it to you the following. Mel Brooks, Geese, spin that wheel. The settings on this could be ridiculous because
No,
I
I'm
doubt
in
it.
charge. I just
Oh, baby.
yeah.
Blazing Saddles.
Let's go.
This will be a good one. This will be a good one to do. Yeah, I honestly, again, I think it's one that I feel like I've seen, but I haven't probably sat down and watched it start to finish, so I'm excited.
This is comedy classic, man.
Is this
Of
pretty old?
Mm-hmm.
This is old. This is a Western.
Western comedy,
HBO Max.
1974.
Yep.
And on that
Gene
note,
Wilder.
boys, I'm out.
Secret.
All right. Secret.
I don't know.
So this is a Western. Kind of. It has Mel Brooks spin on it. Gene Wilder, Mel Brooks is obviously in there. That's probably about the names that you'll know.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone's old.
The category Western, for me, I know people love them. I just think it's the only genre where it literally is more of just the setting than it is like. It's not really a genre to me. I get what I'm getting into when I have a Western, but I think every Western movie could fall into another category as opposed to the opposite.
Yeah.
Like a Western could be a drama, a comedy, a horror. Like I still don't get why we had to have Western as, unless it dates back to something historical of where they came from, and that's why, which probably is what it is. But like to me, it's just cowboys and horseback. You know, that's
Pretty much what it is.
That's what
pretty
Western
much what
movies are. So,
fun fact: if you Google Blazing Saddles and you go to the actors on here, the cast at the top where it has all the here, we'll just do this. Hopefully this works.
I did pull it up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 7 cast members are dead. And Mel Brooks is 99 years old, still kicking.
So everybody after Mel Brooks.
7 people after him. Everyone else gets younger after that, but
yeah,
the 7 of the main cast, they're all dead.
I mean, it's not surprising.
That's incredible. He has lived this long.
Yeah, for him, yeah, it's nuts.
That's nuts.
But a good one to finish. Definitely different than what we've watched in this series, so that's always fun. Blazing Saddles, 1974 comedy western. The Mel Brooks final director, picked by Geese. I don't think we've talked at all about the following wheel, so that'll be a conversation to be had in the upcoming week.
We have.
We definitely have. I don't remember it clearly, so we'll have to.
It's Oscars next month.
True. Yeah, we're kind of in that awkward timeline where the months don't align anymore. So we'll be able to get ahead of the
Yeah.
curve. We'll be able to get ahead of the curve on the Oscar movies, the big ones that are going to be nominated that we haven't seen yet. So we can definitely get into that. But excited
we missed out on it last year, so
yeah, we'll be able to watch them.
Anara, I think
we'll be able to watch them prior, and then obviously give live feedback to the Oscars. We pondered a live show, so a lot of big things coming up in March. But yeah, wrapping things up, Blazing Saddles, guys. That was Snowpiercer, Bong Joon-ho in the books. 3 of the 4 directors down, moving on to Mel Brooks. So talked about a lot of movies that we saw in theaters. I am excited, actually. We talked about a Screen Unseen coming up. I'm excited for the GOAT movie, the Steph Curry produced basketball movie. I think he's a voiceover for one of the animals in there, but want to see that soon. A lot of good things feel like coming out, but four movies on the docket that are in theaters now that we were able to kind of talk about tonight for really all different cups of tea. No real action, I guess. I mean, Dracula would fall in action.
Yeah.
More so than the other one. Send Help's kind of an odd one to.
It really does. Like action to me is like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, John Wick. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But like you get good action scene a little bit, a couple of them, but nothing like that. But I think 4 different movies to definitely take a look at. Marty Supreme, like we talked about, it's already, it's going to be all over the Oscars. So we'll see what it ends up winning.
Going to be streaming here soon too. So
yeah, a lot of those.
It's been out for a minute, dude. I'm surprised they even had runtimes.
Well, a lot of the movies are back in theaters. Like F1's been back. Sinners is back. A lot of the big movies that are nominated that came out earlier on this year are back in theaters.
Oh, no shit.
If you didn't watch them before in the theater and you haven't seen them
Now's
yet,
your chance.
I would certainly consider going to see them because they're going to be the ones that are winning all the awards here in about a month. So get your asses in seats out in the movie theaters. Go to a Scene Unseen. Go to one of the movies we talked about. At bare minimum, next week, toss on Blazing Saddles before we get a chance to chat with you guys about it some more and let us know what you thought. Let us know how we did on it and what we missed and how dumb we sound as always. So appreciate you guys joining us for another episode of Extra Butter Podcast. Get your popcorn, get your asses in seats, and never forget that extra butter. We'll catch you on the next one.
Extra butter on the corn for me. Extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.